Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show, Saturday evening. All right, I've been off for a couple of days. I had to put in some quality time with my Karen, and I may or may not tell you about that a little bit later. All right, but here I am to discuss a couple of topics, and I want to go back on a few things that got past me this week while I was out enjoying life. Okay. First, are barbershops empty everywhere in America? I'm concerned generally, and I've got a video that I'm going to play from a content creator. She put together some really, really nice footage. And we've discussed barbershops in America in the past, I think 2 years ago, and we spoke about and agreed upon the importance of barbershops in Black neighborhoods, Black communities. I mean, there aren't really too many Black communities left, but the importance, and not just a gathering place, but it's where you take your son and you speak with other, people from that neighborhood. Business opportunities have come about by way of the barbershops, information, people getting on code. My father hung at barbershops. My father was a YN, and he took me and my older brother to the barbershops in the early to mid 70s. So I get it. I get it. You can't denounce again the importance of barbershops, but if they are disappearing for some reason, and I don't really have a theory, I really don't, other than social media. What will then happen to that bonding? There's a bonding between a father and his son. Yes, no? Good evening in the live chat. There's a bonding that has gone on for generations and generations. Your son getting his first lineup and whatever you call those other things, with regards to the cuts and procedures. So I want to, have a discussion about where are they? And if this is coming to an end, who takes over? What other culture takes over? Oh my goodness. Guys, are they cutting hair at Walmart yet? Is Walmart, I don't mean to laugh, but I can see that Walmart having barbers to give you a cheap fade or a blend or whatever else, some of the things that the newer techniques. Walmart, have they gotten in on, barbershops in America? Also, showrunner, are trans athletes welcome in the NBA? Pardon me. Are trans athletes welcome in the WNBA? WNBA. Now, in case you don't know, Sophie Cunningham has got the WNBA on fire. She's as hot as fish grease. She's hotter than Caitlin Clark right now with regards to some of her comments and her position, what she's standing on. Getting a lot of support. And I don't know the full story because I don't really watch the WNBA, All right, other things I do want to touch on this evening. Sadly, there's a Black woman who was found dead hanging from a tree in Mississippi. We got to talk about it. All right? Also, one-time celebrity blogger Perez Hilton down in flames, and I am so here for it. Never met him. I always thought he was just a weird looking Cuban, a guy who was just jealous of celebrities. And he was very vicious, very nasty, originally from the Miami, Florida area, wound up in California. And, he had no parameters, and he's going through it right now. I'm so entertained. I do need to know from you guys, in Florida, because he flipped out. I'm going to play the video to give us all the details. He flipped out. What is the agency similar to Child Protective Services? Have they stepped in yet to take the kids? That's what I'm waiting for. Is it called CPS or is it something different? I think it's something different in Florida. Oh, okay. Rondell, thank you. Okay, Dominican barbershops are popping in the FBA neighborhood. Well, sir, they always have been in terms of the females. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. You know where I lived for years, and I used to see black females, FBA, going to the Dominicans to get the doobies. You ever heard of a doobie? A doobie Rondell? I'm sure you have. But are they now taking over the actual barbershops? If memory serves me correctly, weren't Dominicans cutting hair on the street in uptown Manhattan and the Bronx? Anyway, we'll get to it. Also, this evening, aside from Perez Hilton, and guys, what is his real name? Is it Mario or something? Aside from that, we're going to talk about Jamaicans. Today was their parade in Brooklyn, New York. Jamaica Rising Day Parade. Rising. This is the first Jamaican Day Parade. Don't tell me about other cultures. That's not what I'm, concerned about or I'm focused on. King Simon, are you out there, sir? This was Jamaica's first parade in Brooklyn. Are they delineating? You betcha. I got a video I want to play about that as well. All right. Okay, let's get down to business. Members only this evening. It's Saturday night. I'm sipping a beer. I want to talk a little crazy. And if you're not a member, you can still send in questions via Cash App, PayPal. We'll get to all that stuff later, okay? All right, let's get to our first video. Let me make sure I give this her credit. A homestead journey on YouTube. Young lady, I will edit your content out if there's a problem, okay? But she did a great job. A homestead journey on YouTube is my source for our first story. Here we go.
So barbershops are struggling across the country, and a lot of them are closing their doors permanently. Customers are just not showing up because people just don't have money to spend like they used to.
Any type of licensed professional looking for a chair for rent in the Las Vegas area, 7 minutes from the strip, please give me a call. Jump in my DM or something. I got $100 booth rent. $100. Get at me.
Bro, you can go ahead and run your business the way you want to run it, and it's fine. We all have the right to do whatever we want to do. But I just want to let you know this. You think just because things are going up, you think that it's okay for you to charge $100 for a freaking fade that's going to last you 4 days? And you want to compare it with, oh, well, you go buy Nikes or you buy this and that. Dude, it's a haircut. You're a scammer. You're greedy. I mean, you're trying to get rich over one damn haircut, and you're lazy on top of that because your fade is no different than the other fades that are already out there anyways. They charge like $30. You're not special. You're not doing something special because you're lazy and you only want to have 2 haircuts a day so you can go on with your day and already win $200 or 5 so you can pay $500 and you call it a day. You want your life an easy mode by being greedy and conning people? Dude, are you kidding me?
Bro, this ain't that great of a skill, man. I'm sorry to all you barbers out there, man. Yo, I got mad love for you, but yo, you definitely are overvaluing yourself. Yo, these barbers have lost their cotton picking minds, man. These dudes want like $60 without a tip. And I'm sitting there like, I'm willing to go 40. I might even go 50 with the tip if you do a really good job, but you cannot start off with no $60, man. Y'all done lost your mind, okay? They're talking about their value and their worth, and maybe you don't fit in over here. Maybe you should get somebody that you can afford their value. I'm like, these are the most divaed out. This is the most divaed out profession that I've encountered since hairdressers. I guess there was a thin line back in the days. I mean, in the 80s, when we were young kids, me and my little crew, man, 5 of us, man, and we wanted to stay fresh. So we'd go get, we go to our barbershops. Back then, man, you could get a cut for $5, man, $8, $10 max, man. You go to the barber school, let them experiment on you, man. That's what poor black kids did in my hood.
This is why a haircut ain't $20 no more. One, this clipper, $80, blade, $50, shaver, $90, master clipper, $60, blade, $100, fabulous trimmer, $80, blade, $40, blow dryer, $100. And the most expensive thing of all is the barber license. The education cost me almost $20,000. So don't talk to me about no prices, about no haircut.
Barbers and barbershops are thin.
Let me jump in here for a second, guys. I don't hang in barbershops, nor have I ever. But to be fair, I have some knowledge in this area. If there are any barbers who want to call in, this is a skill. Cutting hair and dealing with someone's skin texture is a skill. It's almost like, preparing food. The best cooks and chefs take, culinary classes. You have to know at what temperatures you can store food. You just can't, make some food and serve it without having the understanding that it only has a certain shelf life. Barbers who really take pride in what they do, they clean their equipment. Otherwise, you'll be running around with razor bumps, right? Years ago, I was thinking about starting a barbershop in Brooklyn, Crown Heights. I could not find someone who had a master's license. I had a bunch of guys who were willing to rent, a chair in the establishment down in Crown Heights, but nobody had a master barber's license. So it is a skill. Let's not act like it's not.
In 2026, man, I feel bad for that industry. Let me explain to you guys why, right? So I made a video, right, complaining about barber prices and how TikTok got in these barbers' heads, man, and really allowed them to believe that they were all celebrity barbers, bro. Charging some people up to $100 a head. It got insane, right? And the video obviously went viral, and I was shocked. I didn't think it was gonna get that many views, man. I got almost 2,000 comments of everybody saying this is exactly why I learned to cut my own hair. A lot of people have already been cutting their hair for over a year, 2 years. Some people just bought their clippers. A lot of people are saying I'll go once a month because it's just insane how much they're charging, right? And I said that I don't believe any barber should charge more than $30 a haircut, period. And that includes your beard, right? Like the whole thing should only cost $30. Once you're charging $50, $100, man, bare minimum, bro. This is like, bro, who do you think you are, bro? Who do you think you ought to be charging, bro? Everyday people, $100, man, to cut their hair, bro. I pay the same as people with hair, and I'm bald. How? I should get a discount, 50% off. That's why I'm mad about this.
I understand inflation, and you got to get your money, but barbers, y'all getting out of control with these prices. I had to go to 3 barbershops. The first 2 was talking about charging me $80 for a 1.5, a high taper, and a beard trim. You serious?
And now they're charging a beard. If you have any facial hair and they even touch it, it's like getting 2 haircuts. And that's not just the one I showed. There's been a couple of them. So
that's a very good point. Salute to Tony on the screen. Star, I have 2 sons and both have locks. They may go once or twice a month. The majority of the youth have locks. I think that's a very, very good comment, based upon trends, fads, styles. Tony, I mean no disrespect, but are your sons gang related? Because a lot down in the ATL, a lot of niggas wear the locks because they're gang related. I say that respectfully.
like boycott barbershops, man.
Barbershops are getting way too out of control with these prices. There's no reason I should go into a barbershop and their prices is $50 plus, not even including tip. Like what? I remember back in like 2018, 2019, I would go to a barbershop and it would be $20 and I'd leave like a $10 tip, $30 max. It's like, what's going on? What happened? And I know, COVID-19, all of that, inflation, but from prices to go from a $20 haircut to a $50 haircut plus, I just don't understand. And a lot of times too, barbers will use enhancements and then try to like sneak it in or add it on. And I mean, like, I appreciate it when my barber does, like, shout out to Juju. He's solid, I don't care. But, a lot of times these enhancements, you'll put it on and like, you'll look good, but I'm going to go home and wash my hair. Like, I might take 2 pictures with this and then wash my hair, get the, the cut hair out. So it's going to be gone within like a few.
Salute to Tony. He says, nah, we in Philly. Tony, some of the most gangster teams are in Philly, sir. Mount Airy, North Philly. Oh, my God. Okay, I say that with all due respect, sir, okay? Guys, phone lines open, and thank you, Deeds, my show producer. She says in Florida, it's called DCF, Department of Children and Families. I want to know if they have stepped in with regards to Perez Hilton. Give me some time. We'll get to it.
A few hours. So, then on top of it, we paying $50 plus, and the haircut is hair. It's hair. It grows back within a week and a half. I got my haircut a couple of days ago, and it's already starting to come back in, and it's like, for $50 every 2 weeks is crazy. $100, that's a bill. That's a bill. Even at $50, that's a bill. That's why you see me getting my haircut maybe once a month, if that. I started getting my haircut every 1.5 months, if not 2 months. That's the whole reason that I had grown my hair out in the first place previously. So, it's crazy out here. I don't know. I need Kamala Harris to crack down on barbershop prices or something. Put some, inflation reduction rates on these barber prices, because I can't do it no more.
Y'all know what my issue with barbers is? They're delusional, man. I got a haircut yesterday, 2 days ago, and I don't know if it's the lighting, but I don't know. I didn't really see it when I left, but after I took a shower and then combed my hair and got ready to go out or whatever, that's when it hit me. Y'all see this one, right? It's blended pretty decently, but now look at this. Y'all see this line? That's not supposed to be there. All of these barbers think they're so good. It's like cognitive bias. It's like that Dunning-Kruger effect.
Can I jump in here for a second? Thank you for your comment. Calvin, my name is Star with 1 R, sir. 1 R. Star, do you believe that the internet has hurt the barber industry? I don't know, sir. I honestly don't know, but I will say this. Most cultures do not want to see the black man win. It is all about race. It's all about race. And if other cultures can watch videos on the internet and try to, cosplay and get an understanding of how to cut hair, they most certainly will try to undercut and circumvent that black barber, in my opinion. So I think you bring up a very, very good point, sir. But what do I know? I don't have any knowledge here, to be honest with you.
Where you suck at your job, but you're so delusional that you think you're good, and your prices at $50, $60, $70, $100 are justified.
Barbers, I don't care if you come in 1 day a week. I don't care if you go on vacation for a month. I don't care what you do with your time, as long as you pay your booth rent on time. Going on vacation is not a reason to not pay your booth rent. Like, you have money to go to Miami for 2 weeks, but you don't have the $300 that you owe the barbershop for booth rent. That's not how this works. Barbers think because they're not at work or they didn't decide to work that week that they shouldn't be paying their booth rent. No, that is a you problem. And chances are, if you don't pay your booth rent before you decide to go on vacation or take time off, you won't have a booth to rent by the time you return. At least not in my shop, I promise you. Like, yeah, no, y'all bugging. Like, the barbershop owner just supposed to take the hit because you decided to go on vacation? I don't think so. Pay your booth rent and be responsible and handle your business. If not, go open your own.
Everybody thinks that I'm...
Stop right there. JR Cigar, might you want to be my first caller? Are you available? JR Cigar, he says on the screen, the black barbers need to be better, Star. How? Better how, JR Cigar? What are we... Let's not hate just to be hating.
I'm against the booth rent commission model and all that. They think I'm just anti-booth rent. But let's talk about this for a second. Here's what I'm actually against. I think the booth rent model is dead because suites have killed it. It's not a commission thing. This is booth rent is dead. Because I'm going to ask you, why would you go to a booth rent shop when you can go get your own suite for the same price? You control the vibe. You control the cleanliness. You control the paint colors, the design. You control your entire schedule as far as like when you want to come in, when you don't want to come in, with no pressure from the owner. So when I'm talking about booth rent is dead, it's not because I think commission is so great. Now, it is great for a beginner barber, but everybody in the comments has already admitted that, right? And if you look at the situations, most people want to get their career off to a rocket fast start. Commission is the best way to go. We probably all agree there. But what I'm saying is booth rent is dead because of suites. I don't hate booth rent. It's just a dead business model because there's no value there.
Okay, so hang on. He's talking about suites. I don't understand. Are people now putting their barbershops in suites? Why a suite? What's the difference? What is the lure, the attraction? Let me finish up with this video, then we're going to take some calls.
Everything plus some in a suite that you would in the booth rent shop because there's not many walk-ins. Now, if you got some shop been around 25 years and has walk-ins and stuff, you're going to go in there a little bit. But if you're an owner, man, the booth rent shop, don't you dare open up another one because it's a dying business model. And the suites are taking over for the booth rent. It's replacing it. So I'm arguing suites and a commission model, depending on where you're at in your career. That's all I'm saying.
The tough part about opening a barbershop in a small town or a small city is finding barbers. I opened up a barbershop in Natchitoches, Louisiana, and like I said, like there's no barber. The barber culture in Louisiana is like so far behind, like it's almost non-existent. I will say this, I kind of feel like I've been having to create that culture and that atmosphere here in Louisiana, and I kind of have been having to be the...
Hang on a second, is that some type of Hispanic? He's cutting hair in Louisiana? What the fuck? Ruler's back. It got your comment on the screen, sir. Better off just cutting out your crib. I disagree, sir. I disagree. See, in the old days, you could cut hair. Females could braid hair, do hair out of your crib. Now you got haters on the internet sending SWAT. All right, phone lines are open. Where's JR Cigar? You're calling in, sir. Let's get this off the screen. Saturday night. Hey, Lydia, I got your Cash App. Thank you so much. Oh, you missed me. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've been listening. I had to put in some quality time with my Karen. You know, she's been good to me. Oh, and I want to tell you about Mammy a little bit later. I haven't been going to the McDonald's to get my fried apple pies. I went there this morning, you know, because I'm still on that fried apple pie heavy. Mammy said to me, "Where you been? Out on the boat with that white lady again?" She must have saw me somewhere. Anyway, JR Cigar, good to hear from you, sir. Saturday night.
Yo, what's up, sir? What's going on? JR Cigar, how you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. Accuracy Smokes.
I'm doing all right.
AccuracySmokes.com. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. www.accuracysmokes.com.
Yes, sir.
The best cigars in the market from the Dominican Republic, Santiago. Buy some, and I have great items on the website.
Absolutely.
I put that comment in, sir, because you know I grew up, you know, going to black barbershops, and you know, like you said, it was a community thing. You would talk shop, you would talk about relationships, you would talk about all type of stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was a great feeling.
You work out your differences. The barbershop.
Yeah.
Come on.
Beats would get settled at barbershops. So I mean, you would go to the barbershop and beats would get settled in barbershops, guys that have problems.
Right.
And growing up in the Bronx, I grew up on that.
Yeah.
But as the time went by, as I gotten older, the barbershops, guys wanted to party. Oh, the barber didn't come in today. Oh, he's calling you later. I'm drunk. And I'm like, I got tired of that. So, even some guys wasn't even cleaning their clippers. And I'm like, hold on. Like, I understand you black and all that, but you got to clean your clippers, man. I shouldn't have to remind you to clean your clippers.
But now, hang on a second, JR Cigar, with all due respect, sir. Are you one of those guys who you get bumps, shaving bumps? You get shaving bumps?
Well, I used to, not no more. I used to. Mm-hmm. So I learned how to, take care of my skin, but I don't get them like that no more. When I was younger, but now I got older. Me personally, I've been going to the Dominicans for the last 16 years of my life.
Hold on a second. Stay with me, because the reason why I asked is because in the 80s, you had a lot of niggas that would go to the barber. You know, they would just wake up, without even taking a shower, just go to the barbershop, sweating and all sorts of stuff, get razor bumps, and then blame the barber.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. But definitely, I thought, you got to wash your face, exfoliate your face, and make sure your skin is open to make sure you're good. But see, that's the good thing about the barbershops now. I don't mind paying my barber $40 a week because I go, he exfoliates my face, he even cuts my my eyebrows, my nose hairs, everything for $40. I go to the Dominicans because they're about their business. And to be honest with you, Star, black people don't handle their business.
Oh, man.
The barbershops close after a while. They lose shares because guys are going to other barbershops. And sometimes they just don't stay open, Star.
All right. Okay.
I want to support my people, but they, unfortunately, they don't handle their business the way they're supposed to.
Okay.
The Dominicans took over. It is what it is, Star. It's the truth.
All right. Okay. Anything else you want to mention? I know it's Saturday night. I got your brand new wooden ashtray. I held this up earlier. I like it. I haven't used it yet, but you got some great
it's great
quality products, man. Great quality products.
Yeah. The wooden ashtray is my newest item. It's my accuracy wooden cigar ashtray. It's great for smoking. I used it while I was out in St. Martin and St. Bart's. It's great to smoke with. It's very good. I also have the regular glass ashtray, the lighter, the cutter. Yeah.
I got your info on the screen right now. AccuracySmokes.com.
Thank you, Cigar. Thank you, Cigar. Salute.
Yes,
have
sir.
a great night.
Okay. All right. Cigar. All right. Everybody sit tight. Thank you for your comments. Members only this evening. Guys, if you're not a member, you can still send in comments via Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I let, non-members join the conversation during the daytime when we do the research shows. But, at nighttime, I want to make this special for people who, did sign up for 30 days or more. Let you talk crazy. Area code 973. Good evening. 2 topics on the table. Are you there?
Hey, yes, sir. What's going on, Star? This is Jason out of East Orange, man. Called in a couple times.
The home of Whitney Houston, sir. EO.
Yes, indeed. I grew up not far around from that elementary school she got over there.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I stopped going to the barbershop about almost 2 years ago now, and it is the biggest quality of life improvement that I have had. I can't even think of another one close. It started because I was going, yes. So it started because I was going to barber. He cut out of East Orange, but he was cutting out of his house.
Okay.
Right. Had a good thing. The wait time was minimal. Not too much of the nonsense, because it comes with the nonsense. But then he stopped, and it was a surprise. Like I popped up one day outside, and he like, no, I'm meeting right over here. So we end up on the main strip in East Orange. I ain't gonna say where, not to, call the spot out.
Central Ave.
How about the car?
Central Ave.
You got it. Exactly. Nailed it. Yes, sir. Nailed it. So I pulls up and I hop out and I'm like, oh, man. All right, cool. So I go in. It's a vape shop in the front. I'm like, okay. So we walk in. It's narrow. And then we walk to the back. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting in a chair in the back of a vape shop somewhere. Like, not somewhere, where. And I'm just like, yo, nah, this ain't it. Like, we can't do this again. So I'm like, I got to find a new barber. And then my life is busy. So, already the waiting. And then a couple of your callers and comments are saying it is too frequent, man. Like, it's like, you go get fresh and you fresh for like 3 days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You fresh for like 3-4 days. And then it hits. So if you start off at a 10, most of that cut is at like a 6 or 7. So listen, I can cut it myself to that 7, 6, 7. If I really spend some time there, I can get it to an 8.
Okay.
And I could do it more frequently. And and it's cost effective. Let's get that out there. We're talking about,
I have to ask the question, sir. Are you FBA? Are you Caribbean?
FBA.
Okay.
Nah, I'm FBA. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm from East Orange. Parents from down south and all that. Yeah.
Okay. But now you're saying that your life has become better by not going to the barbershops?
Oh my God, man. The free time, the not having to go there and wait because the wait is crazy, right? You get there and they talking, oh my God. You see all the Instagram and YouTube videos of dude like stopping to talk and making jokes and walking in the other room, and you like, bruh, I got stuff to do. And then you gotta come back to this within a week if you want to stay in that 6, 7, 8 range, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you 10, 2-3 days, you 7, and then you like pushing a few days where you round 3, 2. Man,
can I ask you this?
Yes, sir.
Now, you used to go to the black barbershops in the mornings, the afternoons, or the evenings, because there is a difference.
Great question.
There is a
Great
difference.
Question. That was a great question.
My father, who I already admitted he was a YN, used to take me and my brother to the barbershops in Plainfield, New Jersey in the early 70s, Saturday mornings.
Nice.
And it was understood. It was understood. We're going to be there for a while. You know,
yes, sir.
my father was a real nigga. So my father used to shoot dice sometimes. Saturday morning, outside, we sitting inside waiting to get, the shape up or whatever. Niggas are shooting dice. Nobody's beefing and shooting. So it was understood that this is something, we're going to do together. Can't be in a rush. So when did you go to the barbershop?
Yeah, I mean, I used to go to the one, I think Queen Latifah mom's used to live upstairs. I forget, it's either Halstead or right off Central Ave when I was younger. So the same thing, my dad used to take me and we used to chit, like, it was a whole...
What time, sir? Sir, what time of day?
What time? My bad. What time? He used to go after work. Me, older in my life, I used to go in the mornings if I was like I worked second shift. Okay. It would vary. Okay. The shop, I've been done with the shop for 20 years though. Nah, I was on his home mission for 20 years. Oh no, the shop has been out of the question. So on the subject at hand, buy some clippers yourself, go online and figure that out. Get some of your life back and stay away from the foolishness. It sucks for that trade, but
I gotta take the call, so I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Always. Have a good one, man.
Thank you. Hold on a second. Okay. Guys, we're going to get to this sad story. A black woman hung from a tree in Mississippi. Lord have mercy. I have a theory, but I want to just, give you guys some time here to talk about it. There he is, Gangs of Love, FBA representative on the line. Gangs of Love.
Star, the big homie. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good, man. I took a couple of days off, and I'm here to have a couple of beers and talk about these topics, man. Where do you want to start?
So I want to start off and say the reason the black barbershops are closing is because they have totally went from sugar to defecate. The professionalism in barbershops today is like they have no type of decorum when it comes to customer service. For one, and I'm not against people that smoke weed, but if I come in and I bring my nephew in, I don't want my nephew smelling, you smell like weed. And, I may not want to smell the weed that day, even though I get it. A lot of these barbers smoke weed, but for one, that's unprofessional. And then when you have children in there, nobody wants to hear you using profanity every other word, or you're playing music that hasn't been edited. So
your phone's breaking up. Gangs of Love, your phone's breaking up, sir. Say again. Your phone's breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Yes, sir. Okay.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. So yeah, the lack of professionalism is it's at a loss, to say the least. They don't come in on time, but they'll charge you $10 if you're not there on time. If you don't fall in the window, you come in late, hey, that's $10. They expect you to tip them, and they're not consistent with either doing your lineups or, hey, how do you want it this time? I want my haircut the same. I come in here every week until I tell you otherwise. I don't want you to change it. So I think it's a lack of professionalism. And a lot of times when people become business owners, they take it as if, well, I can do what I want to do now. They don't take it serious because they're.
Let me ask you a question, Gangs of Love. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
But now, isn't there a difference between how white business is conducted and how black business is conducted? You see, and I'm not saying you, but some people are not proud to be black. There's black culture, and then there's wannabe white culture. It's all race, in my opinion. And I say this because even though my mother's Caucasian, my father was black in every sense of the goddamn word. So I knew when I went with him to take a ride somewhere, we're going to some type of place that's going to align with black culture. We used to go to Newark, New Jersey, East Orange, Irvington, places like that. And you have to understand everything's not always going to be upscale and pretty. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, Star. My great grandmother was an Eastern Star.
Okay.
So her whole thing was, like you say, professionalism, decorum, how to carry yourself. And me, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I love going to the hood, and certain things I won't complain about, but professionalism is something you always have to have as a black business owner. You know, you always have to make sure that your ducks are in a row because you're always competing with the next black person. And then whatever field you're in, if a white person is doing it and they're offering great customer service, people want to go where the great customer service is. And don't get me wrong, I'm B1 first. I would rather go spend my money with my own people, but I do have expectations of them. And I think a lot of time with us as FBAs, we feel like, oh, you look like me, so you're going to come spend my money. But
okay,
at some point in time, you have to know how to carry yourself and know, like, when there's time for the BS and when there's not time for it.
Okay. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Yes, sir. I'm going to send in the donation. I thank you for having me.
Thank
you, sir.
you. Yes, sir. Great comment on the screen from Tony. Back in the day, it was a relationship and an understanding with barbers. Now you're only a customer. Scotty Jenkins, good to hear from you, sir. Saturday night, what do you want to start? Scotty.
Oh, man, Cleveland 216, stand up, man. I've been over here sipping on this Grey Goose, man, listening mixed with this cream soda.
Okay. Our barbershops empty everywhere in
Yes.
America. What's going on, Scotty?
Now, I want to tackle the one thing that you had said about the transgender in the WNBA.
Oh, okay.
I got this on my phone right now. I've been holding on to it. Chris Broussard, he used to work for ESPN and he used to work for Fox Sports News. He tweeted this earlier today. I took a screenshot of it and I captured it. He said, the WNBA, just as it began to pop, will soon be the G League unless these women start using common sense, do what's right, protect girls and women's sports. He makes a great point because if you remember, even Dave Chappelle on his 2 or 3 specials ago, when they made what was that Jenner, the woman of the year, and he made a joke. Y'all wouldn't let this woman become woman of the year. All the real women on here, and y'all let this
Caitlyn Jenner, aka Bruce Jenner.
Yes. And it was, we all laughed at it, but he was telling the truth. Like, yo, all these real, honest, good, hardworking women of any color, y'all didn't stand up and fight against this. Y'all let this maybe woman become GQ Woman of the Year? Come on, man. WNBA, do not allow this because y'all want to take a political stance.
Right.
And try to do what's right, but in the meantime, end up getting yourself wiped out. Because the first time one of those guys who register as a woman, which I ain't mad at them, get your bread, pimp. Next thing you know, hey, Sophie Cunningham thinks she complaining right now. Give about a year. She really gonna have something to complain about if she have a job. Dude, the NBA in the 90s was absolute. Dude, you had people like Charles Barkley, 6'5", going against the monsters at Midway. You had people swinging and punching and kicking. What you call this WNBA ain't nothing but a whole bunch of chicks getting their fake Lee Press-on nails scratched up. I can't, no, I can't condone that, pimp. I can't go find that.
Scotty, hold on a second. I'm going to play a video here shortly. Who is Dejanay Carrington? Did you see her put the flagrant foul on Sophie Cunningham? I think her name is Dejanay Carrington.
No, I sure didn't.
Clotheslined Sophie Cunningham. Bow. Go ahead. I'm just
harder like that.
I'm gonna play the video. Go ahead.
I'm gonna catch it on. I'm gonna watch it on the playback.
Come on.
But I will. I wanted to with the whole barbershop situation.
Come on.
I currently, like I say, I'm a bald-headed man with just a beard. But my son, he's 13. I take him to get his hair cut twice a week. My barber charged $20. It's a black-owned barbershop, and in the back of the barbershop, it's a all-black women's barbershop.
Yeah.
So you can go there and get your hair done, your nails done. You can get you in a good lineup. Dude, for my son to get a haircut, $20. For me to get a razor blade a shave, a lineup, $15 plus tip. So I understand that there are barbers out there throughout the United States of America that are charging a crazy amount. I get that. I ain't going to take away from that. I'm going to have to be honest. But I do know for a fact there are still local barbershops within people who are still charging reasonable prices and still doing a darn good job. Okay. And I do, how do I say this? Because I don't want to disrespect anybody on your platform. But you can't be a so-called black man disrespecting a black-owned business, but yet you want us blacks to support your cigar business. Okay. Let's be reasonable.
Easy now. He's a sponsor, JR Cigar. But good to talk to you, Scotty.
Thank you. Holla at you.
Okay, that man spends school up, Scotty. Okay, peace. There he is. Left-handed, Saturday night.
Peace. What's going on, man?
Peace. I'm sitting here having a beer. Took a couple of days off. I'm back in the saddle. 2 topics on the table.
All right, I'm chilling. I'm sitting here burning down some Candy Gushers.
Okay.
Finally just getting in the crib from the Jamaican Day Parade.
I heard it was lit.
Crazy out in Flatbush.
I heard
man.
It was lit.
It absolutely was, man. Shout out to everybody. Salute, my bad. Salute to everybody, man, who's out there doing their thing. Right. It was really, really crazy. The youngsters was getting it in. I have a new respect for them. You know what I mean? All they wanted to do was party.
Okay.
They didn't want to be on no nonsense like Juve used to be. Right. You know what I mean? They was just out there getting it in, celebrating the culture, and there was a vibe.
Okay.
All right. So then I went down to Scratch Bastard's Barbecue. That was a vibe too. South Street.
Well, listen, I don't mean to cut you short, but I haven't even gotten to that video yet. I want to focus on our barbershops empty everywhere in America, or
got you.
The WNBA. Should they allow trans athletes?
Okay. All right. Can I tap in on both of them?
Come on.
Okay. Boom. The barbershop. Listen, man, you're absolutely right. When I used to spend the weekends at my grandfather would take me to the barbershop every Saturday in White Plains. That was our bonding moment. We would talk about fishing, ask me about school and stuff like that. That's when we would vibe, right? That's not happening today. They're more worried about
why.
Why?
That's a question.
Because I think
why are they empty?
I saw a comment on the screen. It's because the customer service component is gone. The barbers don't know these guys no more. They just coming through, and if they got the $50, $60 or whatever, they can get a cut and do what they do. But a lot of the times they on their phone, they got to get something to eat. They got to go in the back and sell some weed or whatever the case may be. It's not focused on the job, and the job is to cut your hair, right?
But why are the shops empty now? It appears that they're empty everywhere. Is the black barber being undercut, done dirty? What is the motive here?
I mean, in my neighborhood, man, in a 3 or 4 block radius in Flatbush, man, there's at least 15 to 20 barbershops. Like everybody got a barbershop.
Okay.
So again, man,
the market is saturated. Too many people.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so, Star, because everywhere, like, it's barbershops right next to each other, man. You go up and down certain streets, man. It's barbershops 2 and 3 and 4. Before you pass a liquor store, a bodega, or whatever, you done pass 4 barbershops. And again, none of them are really full, unless it's like before school or a holiday or Easter or something like that. That's like the only time you see them full, when you used to see them full all the time. But again, it can be a number of factors, man. The proliferation of them, people learning how to cut their own hair. You know what I mean? Doing the barber school thing or whatever. But it is what it is. I just stay consistent with.
Well, hold on a second. Left-handed, please. Now, you and I know each other. Please, let's not do it is what it is. Let's not do it is what it is. And somebody's coming at you.
What do you want me to say?
Well, come on, tell me something. You got more knowledge in this area than I. And somebody's saying to you, gushers. What are gushers? They're coming at you. I don't want to not put something on the screen.
I wasn't eating. I'm smoking it. So relax.
Okay.
Weirdo. You can call in if you want and face me like a man. Why is a grown man eating gushers? You ain't even listening. You must be young. Who the hell are you?
But he spent Skrilla. So listen, I have to put it on the screen.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's a beautiful thing.
Now hold on.
But
hold on.
He stepped this. Can we talk? It's Saturday night. Can we talk?
Okay. So are you calling?
Why is a grown man eating gushers? He stepped in some.
So are you calling in? Calling in. Hold on. Now let's go back to the reasons why the barbershops might be empty. Someone says this is a good comment. Barbers doing too much. Niggas stunting for the gram. Trying to ball out on your dime, charging way too much.
Yeah.
Might that be a contributing factor? I just want to get a cut. I don't want to be on your IG page. I don't want you to be sitting here, doing too much, trying to clown me. I see barbers, touching niggas' lips and all sorts of like, yo, I'm not here for all that. Maybe that trend turns people off. Yes, no?
And since when you have to make an appointment to go see the barber?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a lot of things could factor into people, their interest waning off or even wanting to be in the barbershop. Because like what you said, it wasn't a place of everybody was, all good or whatever the case may be. It was going down, but it was none of our business. We was young. We was just in there to get a cut. And if somebody was in there that we knew from around the way that would sweep the floor or whatever the case may be, running to get the barber something to eat or whatever, the barbers wouldn't leave. They would be right there. So again, man, it's a difference. Like you always say, the times change. So again, you go from having barbershops being the place to be where everybody get their cut from to now they're like it's like a barren desert. Nobody's there.
Well, I don't know because I don't go to I haven't gone to barbershops honestly since the 80s. I just don't have any reason to. So I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I do think in my mind that there are powers that be who want to infiltrate Black culture. They have learned how to cut Black hair, and they are trying to lure Black customers away. And in similar fashion, the same way, Blacks have always wanted to go to European name brands. They will go and patronize someone else other than a Black barber. But again, I don't know. Any thoughts on that? And have we discussed the WNBA in detail? No?
The WNBA, man. People talking about Royce White and Enos Kanter wanted to describe themselves as women so they can play in the WNBA. Man, listen, man, it's a different time, man, and I'm not going to give you the simple conversation, but who am I to say that they can't do it? Because again,
hold on.
About the WNBA. Hold on,
you're mentioning two guys who most people don't know. Let's talk in layman's terms.
Right.
The two guys who put out videos. Salute to the Most High. He sent me one of the videos earlier. Are these guys really trying to identify as females, or are they trying to just take advantage of some loophole to enter the WNBA? I'm confused.
I think, in my opinion, I think that they're trying. It's the latter. They're trying to enter under, get through under some loophole.
Okay.
And I think that they're taking advantage of it, and if they want to do that, that's on them. But again, like you said, if Sophie Cunningham or Brittany Griner catch an elbow from one of them dudes, it's gonna be crazy. And again,
I want to see it.
The WNBA.
I want to see it.
The WNBA.
I want to see it.
Like you said, I think you said earlier, my guy, the WNBA is paralleling the NBA in on the court incidents and off the court incidents.
Yeah.
Because you hear about how they're having problems in the domestic situations and things of that nature. Yeah, it's lit. It's lit. It's lit. So again, they're copying. I would say copying. they're following in the NBA's footsteps in more than one, going through, collective bargaining and that. Oh, and I want to talk about Caitlin Clark if I can.
Well, hang on. Can you stay with me? Can you stay with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Hold on a second. I don't want to rush you off. That's my friend. Let me put him on hold, but the other people here are in the queue.
Nah, it's just I'm smoking some Candy Gushers, man. That's all, man.
Okay.
Maybe he heard it wrong or he heard it different or whatever. It's all love, man. But I don't respond to that try to be slick stuff. I'm from a different, like, rest in peace, Nipsey. I'm from another planet. Okay. If you try to say something slick to me, I'm gonna come at you slick 12 times harder. Okay. And that's that. So what we doing, Star?
I'm gonna slide off. I gotta fix my screen. Something's going on here. It's kind of choppy. Let me see if I can make some adjustments here. Great to talk to you, man. Salute.
Okay, my man. All right.
Okay. Everybody, hold on. Just take it easy. Salute to the trolls. Okay. Area code 919. Good evening. 2 topics on the table Saturday night.
How you doing, Star?
Hey, Mo Fax.
How's everything going?
Great, man. Did you get my show notes? I try to copy you from time to time on my upcoming show notes.
Yes, I did, and I came prepared. I'm gonna keep it short, but 2 things people haven't mentioned. Of course, we know inflation, and when the price of one thing goes up, we live in a connected society financially. So when the barber prices have to go up to maintain their cost of living.
Yeah.
But 2 things people haven't touched on is, and this is post-COVID. One, when we had COVID, social distancing, almost all barbers had to go to appointments. So what that means is you had no loiters in the barbershop.
Okay.
One person was getting out of the chair, the next person was coming in, getting in the chair.
Right.
That cut the social aspect of the barbershop out. Okay. Because when I go take my son to the barbershop, once the guy in front of us is getting out of the chair, he's getting into the chair, that guy's leaving, and when we're leaving, the next guy's coming in.
Yeah.
So that cut down on the social aspect that we used to get from the black barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
Now, moving forward, the other thing financially, what people don't understand is we live in a cashless society.
Come on.
Living in a cashless society means every one of these barbers' transactions are documented, where 10, 15 years ago, it was a cash business.
Right.
They could cut 4 or 5, cut 8 heads, but only report 4.
Right.
Because there was cash.
Very good
Now
point.
that everything now is being documented, they have to pay taxes. When you have to pay taxes, that means an automatic 30% markup on their prices just so they can make what they were making before.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, people really need to look at it. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people made this point, and it's just my personal view. I used to go to the Korean lady to get my hair cut. Not the black barbershop for this exact reason. You only get 48 hours of your weekend, right? I don't have 3 to 4 hours to give to a barbershop waiting on, and I made an appointment. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I make an appointment, I still have to wait 4 hours? No. So people value their time more. And like I said, don't demonize the barbers, because they're only doing, if you could get a raise at your job, then you would. Right. So if somebody's going to pay it, they're going to pay it. And then the other thing is, like I said, one guy was talking about, I saw the video, talking about the suites, where you don't have the community anymore because people they want to deal with their clientele, not have to deal with other barbers' clientele having an impact on their clientele as well. So, I mean, that's my take on the barbershop.
Stay with me for a second, Mo. You brought up some very, very good points about, taxes and other things, and everything is now monitored and a cashless society. Great points. Now, up in the New York tri-state, these savages, for some reason, have chose the barbershops to be the places that they go on the drills.
Correct.
They go looking for the ops at the goddamn barbershop. So now the barber, has to say, hey, I gotta charge you more because now I gotta be on guard. I got these young preteens and teens coming around here dumping the steel, making the cig squirt. I'm just trying to earn a living. Does that sound somewhat reasonable?
That sounds very reasonable because, like, if you notice, when we used to go to barbershops, you had different types of barbers.
Right.
You had your old head with his old head clientele and the kids clientele. Then you had your more, business kind of, upstanding barber, your run of the mill, just kind of laid back guy. And then you had that one dude that either had one foot in the streets and one foot, in the shop, or, or freshly out of the street that he was trying to make a transition. Well, that's what I was talking about before. If I don't want to work beside somebody like that you're going to attract that kind of clientele coming in here, like I said, running drills or talking aloud. I heard one caller talk about smelling like weed. So that's why people prefer to have one chair in a suite, and they may pay 25% more on rent. Just to have their own environment, but it's in a controlled environment. So you're exactly right. It's just that people don't want to do. We live in an anti-social society as well. You know what I mean? We're just not the same. It was not the same as it used to be.
Different era.
That's. Can I touch on the WNBA right quick? And I'll let other callers get in here.
Come on.
I think because the WNBA is a product of the NBA itself. I think Commissioner Silver would love to see black men, because that's what they are, in wigs and lace fronts, running down the court, flying through the air, slam dunking, and being sassy. That's where this is where they want this ahead. They got the race thing popping, and race. They got the violence thing popping. Yeah. Now they need to get the sex popping. Because that's what they needed. That's what they want to do. And then eventually, I believe, and this is just me being a conspiracy theory, as I like to do, I believe they want to have their first Jackie Robinson trans player to start in the WNBA and transition to the NBA.
Wow.
I think, that will be a very huge moment for the woke community.
Right. Okay. Mo, great to talk to you, man. Thank you for tapping in.
As always, Star, I hope your back feels better. You have a good night.
Thank you. Okay. Our trans athletes welcome in the WNBA. Salute to comedian Red Carson. He sent me an email with a Cash App. Guys, if you're not a member, you can still send in Cash App comments, PayPal. I will read them. Red Carson says, reasons as to why barbershops aren't as full anymore is because many of us are part of the demographic that lived through haircuts going from $10 to $60, a ring light, black gloves, and a fake brick wall background doesn't change the results of the cut. Very good comment, comedian Red Carson. Thank you for your support, sir. Isaiah, I got your Zelle comment. Are you calling in, sir? Where is Isaiah? I'm not sure if you're on the line, but I'm going to look for you. Thank you, Isaiah. I got your Zelle. And Red Carson sent another Cash App. Thank you. Okay. The Cash App link is at the top of the live chat. And also, we have a goal if you want to help us meet the goal. Thank you, Gangster Love. He says, glad to have you back on Saturday. Stefan, got your donation via Cash App. Thank you so much. Hey, Janet. Janet sent me a video. I may get to this shortly here. Area code 470. Please watch the language. Good evening. Are you there? 470.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Good evening. Yes, Star.
Hey.
No, I just want to talk about the barbershop situation. Like the previous caller, previous to, you want to say 2020, you can get a haircut for maybe, women anyways. When I had short hair at the time, or eyebrows, $10 to $15. I have a 6-year-old and now they're paying $30 now, which it doesn't matter to me. But I mean, inflation and everything like that, I don't mind paying extra. But it's just the way of the world now. I mean, everything's high, gas prices and everything else. But if you want it done, and I remember back in the day when I was maybe 16, they used to the dope boys. They had the fast cuts, and they $100, $200 haircuts. So I remember all that. But if you want it done right, you're willing to pay. That's all I want to say.
Well, stay with me for a second because I'm glad you called. Can I ask around what generation are you from? I'm not asking you your direct age. Gentlemen don't really ask females their age. But what?
I'm 40 years old.
Say again?
I'm 40. I just turned 40 in June.
Okay. Someone sent in a very good comment earlier and said that, I think they called him, the prices of things for females being raised up may contribute to male prices. Microblading, and they've got something called nano strokes, right, for the eyebrows, or maybe you get them threaded, right? And have you ever heard of K-tip insulations?
Yes, and that is extra. I mean,
thousands. Hold on. How much? Last time I checked was like $3,000 to install K-tips.
I'm in Georgia. I'm in Atlanta. And the salon that my sister goes to, she's in Buckhead. Her friend, her good girlfriend, her good Judy, it's like $2,000. And my sister, we have a good thick head of hair.
K-tips run up to $5,000. I'm talking about K-tips.
Well, honey, and if you're white, it's more than that.
Okay.
But
right.
My sister, they charge her like $2,000, and I don't see how they do that shit because it actually.
Please watch the language, please.
Sorry.
Please come on.
Sorry. It's very expensive. I would never get it, but I mean, it lasts long, but not for me. It's not for me.
Okay.
I'm not paying no $2,000 or $3,000 for no hair. K-tips.
I appreciate the call, Dawn. You have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye now. K-tips. If anybody gets a minute, Google K-tip installations. Calvin, I got your donation on the screen. Star, I work part-time at strip club as bouncer, and it's empty. Even Friday and Saturday, these clubs aren't popping anymore. It's so funny you said that, sir, because when I was, staying in Woodstock, Georgia, so many goofy guys from the New York, New Jersey area that, were moving down to Georgia in their 50s, pushing 60, reaching out, wanting to hang out at Magic City in the Blue Flame. I'm like, dog, I'm almost 60 at that point. I'm not going to make it rain on bitches at Magic City. But thank you for your comment. Is that my girl Kat tapping in Saturday night? Hey, Kat.
Hey, Star.
Hey.
How you been?
I'm good.
Your back's okay?
What's that?
Your back's okay?
Yeah, it wasn't that serious. I had to spend more time with Mike Karen, actually. I was down for about a day and a half with the back spasm, but I'm okay. What's going on with you?
Was that because of the Karen or no? Okay.
Absolutely not. No, because I have never been the type of guy to try and help a woman find her G-spot. I don't work up a sweat. I had the back spasm before I even linked up with her for a couple of days, but I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Oh, good. So I was talking about the barbershop. My dad, we're black, but we're like mixed race looking.
Right.
And my dad, one time, he took me to the dentist in Brooklyn, which was mostly a Jewish area.
Okay.
And he got like while they were, doing services on me, because the dentist, they had an office in Manhattan as well. So on the weekend, you would go to the Brooklyn office, and it's in the Jewish area far out.
Okay.
So anyway, he got a consultation at the dentist, but then when I finished with the dentist, I came out and I was like, oh my God, he had like a whole new haircut. I was like, where'd you go? And he had went across the street to the Jewish people, and they did an amazing job. To me, they did a better job than what he's ever done, like at a black place. So, but my dad had like curly, hair. I'm not saying, but maybe they could do other grades as well. But they did a better job on him. But back then, it was just like a quick thing. Like you go in, you get your hair cut. It wasn't all of this steam towels and eyebrow waxing and putting slashes in your eyebrows, and men all heavily up in your face, which can tend to be very feminine. And I think that a lot of men are going towards that feminine route. So they like to be up in a man's face all day.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
No, I think you bring up a very valid point. I mean, I don't have the answer here. I'm just speculating. I'm trying to piece some of this together, but I do think that there is a shift. There is a change in the one-time, meeting hub of black men with their sons in America. And that, everything changes. So now maybe there's some other place. Maybe it's online. But it's kind of sad, if you ask me, because that was a place where there wasn't a lot of drama, when I was coming up at a barbershop, in the 70s. And again, in the 80s, okay, you could buy drugs or even get credit from the black barbers, but it's becoming a thing of the past. Can I ask you to speak about the showrunner, Kat, our trans athletes welcome in the WNBA before you go?
Hell no.
Come on.
I mean, why would they be welcome? They're men. How am I going to compete against a man?
I'm listening.
So come on, that's outrageous. I didn't even know that was your running thing, because I mean, absolutely not. Like, I can't barely.
Do you watch the WNBA? Because there are some coaches who are, saying that they're against exclusion, and even if they're
I used to.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I used to play basketball in high school, and so I'm a female athlete. I was a lifeguard, all of that. Like, I know how I'm very athletic. So I can't see me going up against someone who still has male testosterone. I could barely go against these women who are almost like men. So how am I going to go against a full-fledged man?
Okay.
But can I just bring it back real quick? Again, I just want to say my father was raised in Harlem, and he mostly went to black barbershops. But I guess because he probably, because he frequented different areas because he was a truck driver. Mm-hmm. I guess he knew that these Jewish men could do his hair, because they have some of them have like more coarser hair as well.
Okay.
So yeah, like I'm just saying, like I think it's very feminine. A lot of the services that these men are getting now. Like one time I went to pick up a friend of mine from the barbershop, and I was like, why is he still in there? And I saw him like laid back in the chair with with the heated steam towels and all of this. And I was like, well, what's going on in there? But anyway.
Well, now it's called looks maxing, and it used to be called manscaping, right? About maybe 20 years ago, but now it's called looks maxing. So it's a big thing. Kat, great to talk to you. Thank you for your call.
Okay, take care of yourself and take care of your back.
Bye now. Okay, a few more calls, and I want to shift gears. I'm backed up on my my news sources here this evening. Area code 202. Please watch the language. Are you there? 202.
Most definitely, Star. Most definitely. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Who am I speaking to?
Are you speaking with Trevor Jackson, man? Thank you for putting my interview in the comment section too,
Yes,
man.
sir. How are you, man?
Oh, I'm great tonight, man. Headed back to Charlotte from Tennessee. I just wanted to touch bases on a couple of topics, and thank you for putting me in the community section. That's all.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I think I wanted to talk about the barbershops, but that WNBA conversation is very interesting because I feel like, you know, I wouldn't be for it, but and under this administration that we're in, I don't think it will happen unless the Democratic Party got back into office. They were, you know, they a little lenient with stuff like that. But
right.
you know, I see that, you know, the 70% of the females that's in the WNBA, they present themselves as something, you know, that they're not. So why not? I think they're trying to achieve more viewership, more money. Might as well let Joanna.
Bingo. Bingo.
Yeah, we'll be really watching. Make it a year or two contract that they allow to try. I'm not trying to laugh. I know how you get.
Well, let me jump in and say this. Yeah, I don't think they belong. Let me be clear. Again, there's only two genders. Okay?
Most definitely.
But as you just said, there's a lot of females in the WNBA that, you know, are under the delusion of something else, and we don't mind that as long as you're not running around here, you know, bucking up on a real man. So why?
Most definitely.
So why not let them, you know, work it out on the court and let us be entertained? Go ahead.
If they letting Caitlin Clark be the face of the league, they trying to monetize and capitalize off of the league. Let Joanna man give Joanna man a 2-year contract that let the transgenders play, evolve the game, and get the money growing. That's all, you know, I will have to say about that topic.
But Caitlin's not gay. She's heterosexual. She's got a boyfriend.
I wasn't trying to say that she was gay, though, but what I was trying to convey was that she has increased the viewership.
Right.
They flying on jets and stuff now.
Right.
They'll really be flying private and getting $1 million contracts if they let you know, the transgenders in the league. The finances would increase, I would assume.
Yeah.
You know, but could I touch bases on the barber topic though?
Yeah. Are barbershops empty everywhere in America? That's the question.
You know, in Charlotte, it's a barbershop, 2 barbershops on every corner. It's very competitive.
Okay.
But I wanted to speak from both sides. I wanted to, you know, give the barber some grace, and I wanted to talk about, like, nowadays you got to schedule your appointment. The barber might be late, or he might be trying to cut a walk-in before you get there and wasting your time and stuff and overcharging you $60, $70. So they need to tighten up on, you know, their scheduling and making you go online and stuff like that, and their time and stuff, though. But on the flip side, a lot of these brothers or whatever is coming to the barbershop and they need units put in their head. They need Beijing, and it's like they need a science project to make them look presentable. So, you know, I understand from the barber's perspective
Good point.
the price, but
good point.
You know, I don't know if you be seeing them clips on Instagram or nothing, OG, and I seen you some too, though. Dudes coming in there looking crazy with their dreadlocks half off, and
right.
And so they be needing a scientific situation to fix that the way they look out here. So I can see it from both sides, though. But I appreciate you. I don't want to hold the lines up because I know you got many people calling. But thank you for everything you do, so.
Yes, sir. Salute. Okay. Trevor Jackson TV. Guys, in my community section, it's the post section. We post links to your platforms. If you want to reach out via email, we can always cut you a very, very good price, you know, as long as you can provide us with some type of image, banner, if you will. Okay, there's the email address on the screen.
Okay, Christina, thanks. The Hinds County coroner has identified the woman found hanging from a tree behind a Jackson home this week, and it's a case that's now drawing even more attention.
That's right. A city council member says federal authorities need to step in. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams explains what he's asking for and why he says the investigation needs more eyes on it.
A young woman found hanging from a tree in the backyard of a vacant house in West Jackson has been identified as Tasia Fortune. The coroner says the 29-year-old woman had been suspended from the tree 3 to 4 days before someone discovered the remains Monday night. According to City Councilman Kenneth Stokes, the Jackson Fire Department had to use a ladder truck to remove Fortune's body from the tree.
That means she was high in the air. What kind of inhumane person will hang somebody in that manner? Everywhere you go, they talking about that hanging. I don't care where you go, to the grocery store, to get something to eat, people talking about that hanging.
The Jackson Police Department hasn't been talking about its investigation of the hanging other than a late Monday night social media post. JPD has been so tight-lipped, they haven't even sent out a press release.
Once upon a time, a press release would have come out quickly because of the sensitive nature of hangings in Mississippi.
Councilman Stokes is worried. That's why he sent a letter to the U.S. Attorney's Office asking for help about the incident on Road of Remembrance. In his letter, Stokes says he wants federal authorities to assist police finding Fortune's killer and why they strung her body up in a tree.
Hangings in the world of Mississippi, when you think of Emmett Till and others, it's a bad word. So surely somebody should say something.
Reporting from Jackson, Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
A JPD spokesman says the case remains an active investigation.
There you are.
Yeah.
There you are, white boy.
Yo.
What's going on with you?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's up, dog?
What's up, my nigga?
What's up? Yo, salute to all the brothers and sisters in the live chat.
Come on.
You know?
Come on.
And the black barbers, all black barbers in the live chat.
All right.
White Denzel cares if don't nobody else care, man.
Come on.
So,
What's going on with you?
yeah, everything's good, man. What's going on with you?
Are barbershops empty everywhere in America? First, can we start there? Rory.
Oh man, what they did with after COVID with the barbershops was highway robbery, man. It just like the price doubled immediately, and then it just went up from there. You know, if I go to get a fade, they want $60 off the top. I think that's too much, man. I'm just getting a fade. Okay. I'm not even really asking you to do anything else. You know, maybe a little bit on the top. You could trim it. I don't have long hair like that. That's not how I keep my hair. Okay. But I want a skin fade, and I really shouldn't. I'm skin fade kind of low, not too high.
Okay.
And that's not hard. That should be for a professional barber. If I come in once a month or once every 3 weeks, that should take you about 15 minutes. You know, so it's true what people are saying when they call it in. All this extra stuff, you know, you start cutting my hair, and then you having a 10-minute conversation with somebody else and stop cutting my hair, and all of this you know, bull that you don't need to deal with. But on top of that, in my experience, black people can't cut straight hair really. You know, that's a big problem. You know, they're good with the clippers. And with
Well, now hold on a second. You growing up, Rory, you know, Bronx, Manhattan, Long Island too, right? You grew up in a couple different places, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't go to black barbers to get your fade and your blend? You only went to
No, not really.
Okay.
No, not really. No, man. We went to the Spanish guys.
Okay.
The Spanish guys were nice with it.
Spanish speaking.
No.
Spanish speaking.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Latinos. No, you're right. My bad. You're right. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me. You're correct. The mestizos, the Latinos who have taken over the industry. Mm-hmm. You know, they keep it moving, even though a lot of those guys are, you know, they're kind of shady themselves. You know, you could buy other stuff out of their barbershops too. I'll say that. But yeah, there's an element too in barbershops in the city, especially black barbershops, where a lot of crime happens. People get robbed. You know, somebody comes in where they're heavy on a set, 30,000 on their neck, 25,000 on their neck. Now, everybody inside that barbershop is a target. Right. Because if they come in and rob him, they're robbing everybody in that shop. They're not just robbing him. Everybody empty your pockets. Everybody run your pockets. And yeah, a lot of murders happen outside the barbershop. Or I mean, that's always been like that here in New York because just because of the way the city is, how it's so it's so built up, it's so dense with people and shit.
You got to watch the language.
Yeah.
Come on, watch the language. Now listen, can you address the showrunner without, making it such a racial thing? A lot of black folks show you love, man. Don't always, just troll.
Too.
I know that you can when you give me your A game is strong. Black woman hung from a tree in Mississippi. I just played this sad video. I mean, I'm not just pointing to white people. Sometimes black people do stuff like that to cause a diversion, but I have no proof. What are your thoughts? Very sad story.
Yeah, I mean, that's disgusting, but like you said, it seems to be like something in the neighborhood, from what the story was. It doesn't seem like she was associating or around anybody white that would want to do that to her. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, if she did something really foul, that seems like something out of anger, right? Or some sort of satanic to do that. I mean, what the hell?
Let me jump in here for a second. I mean, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I've always been a wannabe cop. So certain crimes I have studied over the years, and whether it's a crime of passion or something that was some type of accidental crime, and then they try to cover it up. If a Caucasian were to kill a black female, he wouldn't necessarily put her body on display with the possibility of leaving a trail back to himself, especially if he's a serial killer. But I could see a black male doing that to her to try and cause confusion, to bring in racism, when in reality, she may have been pregnant with his baby, and he simply didn't want her to have his baby. What's that guy's name? He played professional football, that light-skinned guy. He shot up.
Ray Caruth.
Ray Caruth.
I remember that. Yeah.
Shot up the baby's mama's car as she was driving. A former stripper had her car shot up. I think the baby survived, and he played. Guys, throw babies. Was it the Carolina Panthers? I think it was Ray Caruth. I mean, just damn, he didn't want her to have the baby, and I think he paid some guys.
And the baby and the kid was all messed up from getting shot.
Yeah.
He had a I don't want to say a terrible life, but he had a rough life, a really rough life. He was in a wheelchair and kind of paralyzed his whole life. His grandparents raised him. Right. Was suicide ruled out in the story, or nobody knows?
Well, I did a little research, and in the height of how far she was hanging from in the tree, it doesn't kind of make sense that she could climb up in that tree and then jump down, or I don't know. It makes more sense that someone had a ladder to do that. But again, I don't know. But someone on the screen says Rory doesn't go to black barbershops, but has an opinion on black barbershops. Make that make sense. You want to respond?
I've been to. No. It's not like I've never been to. Hold on a second. It's not like I've never been to a black barber before. I've been to a couple of black barbers before. One time I went into a black barber shop, and I heard the guy say to the other guy in a low voice, "Oh shit, he got straight hair."
Rory, you gotta watch the language. I gotta get you out of here. Come on.
Sorry.
Come on.
Sorry. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. And I left, and they didn't even stop me from leaving. So that was one experience. But I have been to black barbers before. Well, I say they don't cook white people's hair too good. That's all I'll say. I don't know. Well, you want me to? That's not racist.
Right.
That's my experience.
Okay.
Yo, Star, the WNBA.
What about it? Yeah.
Yo, that's so good. That's so. This is like the chickens coming home to roost for the woke mindset. That guy said, Cantor said that that he talked to his lawyer and sat down with his lawyer, and that he meets all the qualifications to be eligible to play in the WNBA. And what was I going to say? And so they got them in a corner now because they're mad at Sophie Cunningham for, you know, making the statements that she did, that men shouldn't play in the league. Normal. And now they're in a corner. So they're either going to have to let these guys play that identify as trans, or they're going to have to say publicly in front.
Well, hold on a second, because hold on. I'm not sure. The Most High, can you educate us? I got your email. Are these former male basketball players identifying as trans, or is there just a loophole to enter the WNBA? That's what I was trying to ask left-handed, but I couldn't get it clear. Are they identifying as trans? I didn't see that with the guy who sat there and he was talking. I didn't see that.
I thought I heard him say, I identify as transgender when I'm playing basketball.
Okay.
He said, when I'm playing basketball, I identify as transgender. And he did.
I feel like a woman.
Look over.
I feel like a woman, and I'm playing bad. I want to play in the WNBA. Okay. If you say so, I just wasn't clear. But get land your plane, I get other calls.
Right. I think the WNBA needs to change it up and do something anyway, man. Like, they have a bunch of really brute big girls in there. A lot of them are lesbian, and they need to let them go at it like rollerblade, like women's roller derby back in the 70s. They would get more people watching the WNBA if people knew that they were like really physical and that they let these big mama jamas go at it. You know, I just think that they would get a bigger market.
Okay.
So,
right. I appreciate
so let some of the guys go in there too, you know.
All right. Salute.
All right, man.
Okay. Rory tapping in. Peace, the Most High. How are you, sir? Thank you for tapping in.
Star, peace.
Peace. What's going on, man?
The craziness in the WNBA, number one. Actually, as absurd as some of this sounds, and as much as I commend Royce White and Enes Freedom, aka Enes Kanter, I feel like this is actually is a plus for the WNBA. This is the most publicity that they've gotten in a long time, because evidently the gameplay is not doesn't attract enough attention or retention of his fan base or his viewers, that is making the product profitable and, you know, something that's going to be a staple moving forward. I think we all know that the NBA has been losing money, viewership, sponsorships, and so on for a good long time now. And unfortunately, in pop culture, on the entertainment industry, controversy like this is definitely going to draw viewership and attention when it normally would not have. So this actually is a big plus for the NBA, because it's starting all type of discussions. And then when this is all said and done, they can make a definitive decision in terms of where they stand with the question of transgender athletes and where they stand in professional sports right now. So this is a big plus for the WNBA. I don't think anybody should get it twisted.
What about the WNBA commissioner? I didn't catch everything she was saying. Is she talking about exclusion or where is she?
Well, as of recently, the most recent story I've seen is that they're going to have discussions, the WNBA executive brass, if you want to call it that, the commissioner as well. They're going to have, so here we go. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelhardt says the league will meet next week to discuss and clarify what qualifies a player as a woman for WNBA eligibility after former NBA player decided to declare for the 2027 WNBA draft. So the fact that Enes Freedom, which he now calls himself, and also, can I give you a little bit of backstory with this individual, this player?
Yeah, because most people don't know who you're talking about. This is a person who came out and said, I would like to play in the WNBA. Who is he, for those who don't know?
Yeah, so first of all, Enes Kanter is from Turkey. So he initially was supposed to play in the NCAA for Kentucky, but he was ruled ineligible because a professional team in Turkey paid him money, where when you're an amateur, you cannot play in the NCAA because it's amateur and not professional, right? You have to be amateur, not a professional. So they paid him, I think, somewhere around $33,000 when he wasn't supposed to be earning money on a professional level, and they did not allow him to play in Kentucky for the NCAA. He still made it to the NBA. He played for the Knicks at one time. He's known for going chest to chest with LeBron. Him and LeBron was going back and forth. So he's known to be one of those confrontational players, an agitator on the court as well. So whoever he is on the court, he pretty much is out off the court in terms of, social consciousness, speaking out, whatever. So he actually was exiled from his native land, Turkey, because of criticism of the Turkish prime minister or the leader or whatever the leader is in Turkey. And he didn't want to leave America. I guess he felt like he had asylum here. He didn't want to go to games outside of the country. I think they had an exhibition game in London. He didn't want to go.
If I can jump in for a second, the Most High.
Yeah.
Is he trolling or is he serious? And again, I didn't listen to the whole video. Does he identify as transgender, or did he just find some type of loophole to possibly
loophole?
Come on.
Yeah, loophole. And if that's a pause, I'm gonna say pause, and just to be honest, just to be funny, whatever. But yeah. So anyway, long story short, he's trolling, but it's obviously to take a stand and make a point, a definitive point in terms of, he said all they have to do, or the policy is that all you have to do is declare. There doesn't have to be any kind of medical, determinations that signify that you've had the transition surgery or whatever the case is, or who you are at birth, who you were at birth or whatever. So he's saying if that's the case, I'm gonna join right now. And even where he's at right now, he wasn't the greatest NBA player, but you can't tell me he's not gonna get into the WNBA and just dominate everything. So, and the same thing with Royce White, who's running for senator. He used to go to Iowa State. I believe that his NBA career didn't achieve further heights because he was afraid of flying.
Okay.
So I think the WNBA is going. First of all, the WNBA season is about to be over by next month. So they are going to have to make they're going to have to make some guidelines in terms of what they consider transgender, what the genders are going to be, and what they're going to allow, because the decision is going to have to be made within the next couple of months. So let's see where that goes. But I'm with them. I definitely understand where he's coming from, and I'm not with the mixing of the genders, especially from a high school level on, because there's a decided advantage in terms of male and female strength and abilities and whatever. And I think that's undeniable. And I don't know why they continue in trying to blur the lines when it doesn't make sense and it's not right.
Well, let me just say this, because again, I haven't done the in-depth research, but in similar fashion to what I remember, a black college, HBCU, cannot deny a white student enrollment. If you do, that can open a lawsuit for discrimination. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. You cannot deny a Caucasian, because I have seen Caucasians go to black schools and wind up being the goddamn valedictorian. So this may be a slippery slope where, as you just said, a guy who found a loophole, well, I identify as a female on Thursdays and Saturdays at 8 a.m. and I want to play in the WNBA. And if you deny that person, whoa, they can catch a bag. But hey, man, I appreciate the call. Anything else you want to make mention of, or
So two things real quick, and I appreciate you.
Come on.
The barbershop thing. I think it was said, I don't know if COVID was the impetus for the prices to go way up. But, definitely prices have went way up. I know guys might want to have a little bit more things done in terms of styles and whatever. I think barbers may have sold them the extra services they offer in terms of cutting hair, right? So beard gel, hair gel. Maybe if you need to spray your bald spot, maybe you need to. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. You know what I mean? You might want to color your beard, not on a Carlos Boozer type vibe, but you might want to dye it all black. You might need a get that spray to get your edge up right. I rock the baldy. I ain't doing all that. But at the end of the day, I think that costs money. Also, too, real estate, no matter where you go, and I'm sure it's like that everywhere in America, real estate is up mad crazy high. So for you to own a storefront or actual property that is going to allow you to have an established business somewhere is pretty much, the cost effectiveness of that is pretty much, you're not going to make as much profit, because if you're paying rent for a space or you own a space, all the prices have went up. So it's going to be hard for you to have an established business somewhere if you can't pay the rent or the property tax or whatever. So I think that's why the prices went up. My last thing is, in terms of how to eat to live, definitely an instrumental book in my life. In terms of health, in terms of getting.
Goodness, I haven't even gotten to the video yet. Minister Nouri Muhammad, who's a great speaker. Did you see him sit down with Cam Newton?
I did.
Yeah, I got that on my show notes. I'm going to play that when I get back from my break. Or maybe I'll play it during my break. Okay, you were saying?
No, I mean, I'll call back if you want me to, but at the end of the day, like, it was very instrumental in me getting my head straight in terms of what to eat, what not to eat.
Yeah.
By the time my late teens or whatever, we was not eating no more pork. We wasn't eating no more glizzies. You know what I'm saying? Slowly had to wean myself off of McDonald's, slowly but surely. Everything about that book was pretty much I don't want to say the foundation, but it was a pillar in getting my mind right in terms of what to eat, what not to eat, how to treat your body, what to look for, and just know that, culturally, not everything is for everybody. I want to say that, but definitely big up Nouri Muhammad, definitely big up Elijah Muhammad, and definitely instrumental. It was very much needed, and it's still needed now more than anything. Yeah. Star, I appreciate you, and enough respect. Peace, God.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Respect. Area code 848. Good morning. Please watch the language. Are you there?
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I am here.
How are you?
I'm chilling. How are you?
Good. We're talking about a few topics. Where do you want to start, sir?
It's called. I guess we can talk about the basketball. Are we still talking about that?
You can if you want to go back. If you want to go back, yeah. You watch the WNBA?
Yeah. No, I watch the highlights sometimes.
Okay.
Depending on the company that I'm entertaining at the time.
Okay.
I might watch a clip here or there, but I don't like the way they miss a lot of easy layups. But I think it's interesting. I think from what I saw today.
You're so right, because Angel Reese, she misses a lot of layups. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I think it's from what I saw today, right? There's like 2 men basketball ex-NBA players that are saying that they're going into the league, the draft for 2027. Mm-hmm. And I think this is a long-term move, because people are having problems for some reason saying what a woman is nowadays.
Right.
So this might be pushing the issue of declaring what a woman is, what a woman is officially going to be declared.
Well, the Most High called in earlier. He gave a great breakdown of the loophole that one or two of the, potential WNBA players might be using. They might be trolling. But what about you? What's your personal opinion? Are you in favor of trans athletes playing in the WNBA? What about you?
No. I think there should be a lead for a woman.
Okay.
A woman from birth. A natural woman that can, unless something is wrong with her health-wise, she can give birth. Have a baby.
Right. Women who have a menstrual cycle and they, can, as you just said, give birth. A woman.
Yeah.
Not that cisgender nonsense, but a woman as we know it. Yes?
Correct. I thought cisgender was the real woman. I thought that's what a cisgender was.
Yeah, but that's a term. If if you ask me, I could be wrong, that, that the trans community came up with. I'll Google it, but go ahead, just to be sure. Go ahead.
Right. But yeah, I agree with you. I think to make something normal seem that it's not normal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're trying to play with your mind. Like, you don't have to give that a name. That's a woman.
Right.
That's a woman from birth.
Yeah.
And that's a woman that wants to go with a man.
Right.
Or a man that wants to go with a woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's something they came up with, cisgender. No, it's a goddamn woman.
Right.
It's a natural woman. Go ahead.
Right. They even made us have meetings about that at work. Yeah.
Okay.
That was crazy. And then whatever. Let me see. What other topics did? Oh man, it closed down. I remember that being a topic.
Are barbershops empty across America?
Oh yeah, that's it. Because I just got my hair cut yesterday.
Okay.
The guy charged me $70. Yeah. Because I got my hair cut and I got my beard done, and he charged me $70. But I paid it because I had to go see. I was supposed to go and see my attorney, and I want to go woofing when I go see him.
Stay with me now. How long have you been with that barber?
I go to that barbershop off and on, but that's the first time I actually had that barber cut my hair.
Okay. Is he a master barber? A master barber?
What you mean, certified?
Certified.
Yeah,
The credentials he or she has been to training. They have an understanding of the preparation and the storage of certain tools to use on your face and your scalp, because a lot of that is necessary for sanitary reasons. I mean, you can get a cheaper cut somewhere, I'm sure, but you run the risk, of low grade materials and I don't know, some type of germs, razor bumps, herpes, possibly. I don't know. But is your barber a master barber?
I have no idea if he's a master barber, to tell you the truth. I mean, he did okay. He didn't push my line back, so I was happy with that. But I didn't. I mean, I gave him the money, but I don't think it was a $70 haircut. But he,
What do you think is a fair price for a haircut in today's economy? A fair price?
I pay anywhere from 30 to maybe 50. 50 is usually yesterday. That was the highest I've ever paid for a haircut. But usually I pay around 30. Then I give him about a $10 tip.
Okay.
Yesterday I didn't give him a tip at all. I just gave him the flat rate of $70.
I appreciate the call. Anything else, sir?
What else was the topic?
The
barbershop.
That was pretty much it. We were talking about this sad tragedy.
You talk about
the 29-year-old female in Mississippi hung from a tree. There is a person of interest, a black man.
Oh, black man. Wow.
Yeah.
Why? I wonder what did she do to him?
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah. And you never think of it like that, do you? Sometimes people do stuff.
I do, sir. This is the objective perspective. You're free to assume that, but do you think that maybe she violated him in some way? Maybe as you just said, what did she do to him? Did she do anything that would warrant being strung up on a tree?
Did she give him a package?
Explain.
She might have gave him the package.
Explain.
She might have gave him a package, the package that you can't give back. A package that you don't want. And,
More detail, sir. More detail. You have the final word. More detail. The package.
Yeah. He was playing around with him, and he's sick now where his life is going to change forever. I'm still not... I mean...
The monster. You're talking about HIV? The monster?
That's correct. Yes, correct. The monster.
Give him the monster.
That cough, and you start
coughing, wheezing.
Yeah.
Eyesight goes bad. You start itching. I mean, I would imagine. I don't know. And then you got to go home and explain to your wife and your kids, daddy's sick. Daddy's sick.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
start losing weight and got some funny sores on your body.
Oh my God, it's not funny. I appreciate the call, sir. Salute.
I've seen. Salute.
Damn, he said the package. Area code 929. Please watch the language. Leave the profanity to me. Are you there? 929.
Yes, I'm there.
Hey, how are you, sir? Good morning.
How are you, Star?
I'm alive, sir. I'm alive.
Good. I want to talk about a video you posted a little while back. It was Israel. You showed it for a few minutes.
Right.
So about that, what you posted, I want to talk on two things on there. It said Jews don't support Israel. I think it's a very fringe amount that don't. Probably less than 10%.
Okay.
And the second part, it said that American total. I think a politician was there speaking that we don't. That support is going down because we provide money or weapons. I think, the hate is just there. For example, there's mass protests in Canada, there was mass protests in France, and they don't provide any money or weapons to Israel. I think it's just an obsession, so I think, those politicians or those people, that hate would still be there if tomorrow, the next day, if we provided no weapons, no aid at all, I think that would still be all there.
Okay. Are you yourself of the Jewish culture?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I do business with a lot of Jews, Ashkenazi in particular. But I try to be objective, and I want people to speak freely. My show is not an echo chamber. I think you know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with regards to the hate now, let's talk about the hate that many Israelis, Sephardic and Ashkenazi, and there's many, many different types of Jews that they internalize and they use to their advantage. Yes?
In what way?
Well, there's an old saying, if Hitler didn't exist, the Jews would have created him anyway. You ever heard that?
I disagree. I think the hate is just always there through,
No. I asked you if you ever heard that before. Not that you agree or not, but
no, I didn't.
You never heard that?
No, I didn't.
If Hitler would not have existed, the Jews would have created him anyway. It's an old saying, but I'm listening to you, and I want you to speak freely, please, about the hatred. The video that I played, I was playing it because Blade, who's a supporter, he sends me so much.
I know he's a fan. He's a big fan. I know.
Well, he's a supporter. I like to use the word supporter. He sends me stuff, and some of it I say, oh, okay, well, but
no, I meant I know he's a fan of the Jewish people. I meant he's a fan. I know he's a fan.
Bingo. Come on.
No, so I just wanted to talk on those. Guardian is a very far left paper. It's like our MSNBC, and so they just want to highlight these fringe groups, and
right.
I'm sure he's happy about it.
You're right. You want to say a thing about the sand niggers from Palestine?
they do themselves bad. There's no need to even talk about it.
Well, I don't mind.
They're doing well on their own.
I don't mind you kicking dirt on them. Go where you want to go. It's late night. I'm having a beer. You have the floor. Take your time. Where do you want to go?
I mean, you just look at them. That's it. The history, there's nothing to say. The only ones that are successful is that they have oil money, and that's it.
Okay, but is there anything that you want to point out to people who may not necessarily know the history of Arabs, Muslims, and anything? Some of the wars between, Saladin and Richard the Lionheart. What I watched the other night? Kingdom of Heaven. You ever heard of that movie?
Yes.
I've seen it before, but
by the way, the leader was Kurdish. He was Muslim, but he was Kurdish.
Yes.
He wasn't even Arab. The Saladin. Yeah.
Came out in 2005. I've seen it before, but I just, I like to watch things to remind myself. Liam Neeson was in that picture as well, and Ed Norton. Pardon me, he was in there, but it was a good film. But in terms of propaganda, let's go with the propaganda and the hatred towards the Jews. Is there anything that you want to address that maybe you think is I don't know, unfair or always slanted?
I mean, I'll give you one example. There's more media in the state of Israel, foreign. I'm not talking about, in America, obviously we have a lot of media here.
Right.
I'm talking foreign, like AP in that area than anywhere else in the world. Like you would think maybe there'd be a lot in China, it's a growing country, or the war in Ukraine. There's pretty much, when there's no war, there's all, the majority of the media, AP they're just not based in Israel, but they're more of their people. Of every foreign media is based there. You could even go look at, CNN app right now. There's a story pretty much about Israel every day.
Sure.
So I think, what they were even talking about the video you posted, there's just like this strange obsession.
Mm-hmm.
Even right now, there's current wars in Sudan. It's just not on the news. Much more casualties on a much higher level of hunger. Especially even in the war in Ukraine, where's the protest? There's no protest. Mm-hmm. In Europe, for the war in Ukraine, they just don't care. Because they see Israel as,
Are you a practicing?
They see Israel as a what? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Are you a practicing Jew? How old are you, sir?
I'm in my 40s.
Okay.
I'm a little observant, not very observant, but a little.
Well, one of the most important things.
And so
one of the most important things as you evolve into your early to mid 30s, do you eat kosher?
I don't eat. No, not fully. I just don't try to avoid those animals. But I'm not fully, because if
I take it you're not married.
Like,
I take it you're not married.
No.
Okay. When you marry the right Jew, and I hope that you do marry a Jew, she will help you. And she will instill the values and the eating habits with your children. I mean, that's something to look forward to. You see, many people don't even know why they hate Jews. They don't even know why. They just latch on, as you said when we first started speaking. But there are many people who, if they would stop to think, sometimes you have to respect the power of those who work together and those who pool their resources. Wouldn't you say?
Yes. But that should be admiration, not hate.
You're right.
I would hope.
You're right. You're right. I even saw Nick Fuentes a couple of weeks ago admitting that he wishes he were a Jew. Did you see that? Hate him misses nothing.
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah, I heard of it.
So all that dust he's kicking up, when you get right down to it, he respects the power of the Jew. And I said, well, dude, look at this little cocksucker right here. So is that what the fuck he's really bent out of shape about? Because when he first came out the gate up in Boston, and he was really in supporting the Jews, he was damn near slobbing the knob of Ben Shapiro, was he not?
I don't know his history that far back. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. If you ever watch his first debate, I forget. Well, guys, was that Boston College? Anybody remember where Nick Fuentes? Anyway, listen, I'm I want you to land your plane. I appreciate the call. But yeah, just check out one of his earliest debates with, I think it was the school president or something like that. So anyway, hey man, land your plane. I appreciate the call.
Just one last point on the topic is, the hate, I think, is they see, from, I guess, the left wing, they see Israel as a white country, but it's not a white country. If you're ever there, I don't know how often you travel, but the majority of the country is Jews from Egypt, Jews from Jordan. It's not a European. They just think it's European, it's Western. It's not. I would even say it's a Middle Eastern nation. That's the last thing I'll say on that topic. And
well, hold on. Stay with me. Have you been to Auschwitz yet?
Yes.
You've been to Auschwitz?
No.
It's on my list of road trips. I was trying to go there right before Russia and Ukraine got it cracking. I'm going to get there, provided that my health and everything, is intact. I'm going to Auschwitz. I have to see.
Poland is safe. All those countries are safe. Poland, you're good there.
Well, they just shot a couple of bombs into Poland 2 weeks ago, so it's not safe. It's not really safe right now, but I do plan to go to Auschwitz. Hey, I appreciate the call, man.
Have a good night, Star.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Good call, late night. Anybody see Nick Fuentes admit to that? Wait a minute. Oh, there he is, late night. Is that Boris tapping in?
Здравствуйте, старик, как дела?
How are you, man? Good to hear from you. Late night. Whew.
Likewise, I wanted to chime in on several topics, but first I wanted to chime in on the video you played and the previous caller who made some points.
Okay.
You know, as you might know by now, I like to play devil's advocate.
Right.
And I do not like to pick sides. I like to go with truth because I do not like to manipulate people's opinions. So if you watch the video you played and these supposed small hats groups that are opposing the genocide, as they call it, you need to pay attention to who is representing who. These people who claim to be Jewish, the lady with the curly hair, if you pay close attention to the images that he was showing the guy that was interviewing her, she had a shawl during a bat mitzvah, which is something that Orthodox Jews do not do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can tell this is a reform person. If you,
but Boris, can I say this? Let's not go at the last caller. I'm glad that he called. It's nice to have different opinions. Can you just speak without going at him? Without going at him.
I am championing what he said. Basically, I'm trying to say I cannot go to, for instance, Africa with the Ebonics dialect and claim to know Afrikaans.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So just because they claim to be Jewish and claim to say, oh, we do not support what's going on, you're not the best representative to say that because you most likely have assimilated. You know, Judaism is a tribal religion. You know, typically they mix in, they do not intermarry. Because if you do, you become a non-Jew, essentially. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Same way I cannot go to Africa and claim to know the history and the culture just because I know a few words in a dialect that has nothing to do with Africa. The same thing. Now, in regards to the WNBA, I think it's amazing. I'm happy about this.
Okay.
I'm extremely happy about this because Juwana men will be brought to life. When they see that physically dominant men will shatter all sorts of records, they will have their rude awakening because they will not sit still. They will see that their jobs are being at risk. You know what I mean? There is a video of 14-year-olds who almost beat WNBA players, boys.
Yeah.
So imagine what Enes Kanter will do. Enes Kanter is no scrub. He was the third overall selection when Kyrie was the first one. He is a good player. I'm not going to say he was an all-star. He was never an all-star, but he was a solid offensive player. You know what I mean? If he will play in the WNBA, it will be like the big three for the men. They will come there, they will collect the check. And like if he did, they will claim that they never meant it. That it was a whole stick. They never meant to claim that because they already caught, they collected the checks. So they're going to say, yes, this was a hustle.
Let me jump in for a second, Boris. You are a man of knowledge when it comes to not just basketball, but football and other things. I respect everything you're saying, but for someone like me who doesn't really even watch the WNBA like that, I just want to be entertained. Do I think that they should allow trans women to play in the WNBA? No, I don't. But if we want to be entertained and let this stuff just go to a level of just pure absurd, capitalism, non-restricted capitalism, let's do it. Let's see the carpet munchers, the fur burger lickers, the dykes and the bulldaggers getting in with these goddamn trans women. That's what excites me. I'm not so much fighting for trans women's rights. I just want to see, what I remember as like 90s basketball and the NBA. Does that make sense?
Of course, I do not support it either. I am saying if you have these rules, why not use them? If I'm not mistaken, the height of the rim is lower in the WNBA as well as the three-point line.
Okay.
So you will see all sorts of records being broken. The Will Chamberlain 100 points is going to be 200. Dave Chappelle has a skit when he said that if LeBron ever played in WNBA, he would be averaging 300 points a game. This will happen.
Yeah.
The video you played with the white girl who was going for a layup, she was moving in slow motion in real time. Imagine a physically...
Do you mean Queen Sophie Cunningham? Queen Sophie.
Yes, sure.
She's the GOAT. She's the GOAT.
Yes, no problem. You put in any center, and he is 34 years old, or he will be 34 by the end of the year. He will be the MVP. No questions about it.
Right.
And you will see a drawn man brought in real life. Yes, I want to see the trolling. If you have a serious conversation with me, I think that they should have their own league. The same way I think that trans people should have their own bathroom. But if you are creating rules and you are walking a thin line in which that you can be sued if you discriminate against somebody like Ines Kanter, yes, I want to see him troll. Get it back, make us all entertained. If you have to get into a physical altercation, it's okay because now you're a woman for the duration of the game. I'm fine with all that. This is the land of the free. So hopefully this will open their minds, and you will see how you remember the swimmer, the reject who was smoking the boots of the female swimmers, and how they conspired to kick him out.
What was his name? I forget his name.
Leah something. That was his feminine name. Leah something. I will try to see if I can find it. But basically, they will conspire against all these men, these physically, these men that, I don't like to say they were born men. They are men. These women will conspire against them to say they are taking the food off our table, off our plates, kick them out. So, yes, I'm happy about this.
Okay. Great to talk to you, boss. Anything else you want to mention? I've just had a bunch of things.
Before I go, one small thing. The prices of haircuts is nothing new. Gucci Mane had a song almost 20 years ago where he said that he paid for $100 haircut. So yes, He had a bunch of triangles in his head, and he said, I paid $100 for this haircut. This was like 2008, 2009. You can see it. The Gucci Mane $100 haircut.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Great to talk to you, Boris. Salute. Yeah. So Gucci Mane was talking about $100 haircuts back in the days. That wasn't in the song Trap House, was it? Pistol on the floor, chopper on the couch. Hood rich. Never had a bank account. Junkies going in. Junkies going out. Get one more call here. Area code 862. Good morning. Please watch the language. You're my last caller. Are you there? 862.
Hey, so I'm here.
Hey, how are you, sir? Good evening. Good morning. Pardon me. Good morning.
Pretty good. First time calling. Can I start off with the haircut comment?
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Are barbershops empty everywhere in America? It's the question.
So I think things kind of changed up with COVID. So you used to have to schedule an appointment.
Right.
And some barbers, they stuck with that, which is cool. But also the prices have been a little bit crazy. I personally switched from a barber that I grew up with to some Dominicans because they're doing the same service plus more for a cheaper price. So it's just, I hate to say it, but the Black American barbers, they doing the least and asking for the most.
I hear you. Continue before I respond. Go ahead.
I mean, that's pretty much all I got with the barbershop. It's just if they was providing like the same service as the Dominicans, right? So like Dominicans, you don't have to ask. They're gonna put the pause, the hot towel on your face. They're gonna make sure your pores is open. They're gonna do like the stuff that they're supposed to be doing, right? And they're not busting you over the head for $70, So it's just you're just getting a better quality of service for a cheaper price. How you want to say no? Like,
okay, if I can respond. How old are you, sir?
34.
Okay. I'm not saying you're wrong. We're just having a conversation, and I appreciate the call. There are other cultures who intentionally raise the prices, even with their own, as a deterrent to keep others away, as a deterrent. And that cultural bond, in all honesty, it's priceless. They want to always continue networking. And we don't even have to say any names. I think you know who I'm talking about. So the raising of prices and other things, and they let it be known. They just want your money. There's no inviting you to their house. They're not going to go to your house, even though, and when I say you, I'm talking about Black people. You may classify them as friends. They see you as a customer or an associate. Do you think that the lines get blurred sometimes with regards to getting that lower price? Yes, you can get a lot of lower prices, different places, but you won't get the same quality. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Like you said, sometimes you want a specific clientele, and that makes sense as well. So I get where you're coming from with that. Usually the people who want that specific clientele, they only take appointments. They usually don't have like a brick and mortar. You know what I'm saying? I think if you have a brick and mortar, and I get how like inflation and just the cost of living is up. So I understand why. It's just, again, what you paying for and what you getting. For me at least, like the Dominicans just seem like a better offer. That's just what it is. It just comes down to that. Like,
again, if I can just jump in, I'm not saying you're wrong, because times are different, and if we're talking about Black people, Black people from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, even the 70s, they're very different from Black people from the 80s, 90s, and into the 2000 era. Very different.
Absolutely.
The common interest is very different. And I'm not looking to dump on hip hop culture, because coming out the gate, hip hop culture was beautiful. I was there at the inception. It was very, very youth oriented, but it was beautiful. It got sloppy. Other cultures infiltrated it, took part, and they literally build empires off of hip hop and then rap music. So I don't know. I don't have the answer, but I just want to say that sometimes about getting a better price. So you can get a much better price, but you have to know, if you give that other person or culture your money, they don't really value the relationship. And the minute something goes wrong, they say, don't come back here. Have you ever noticed that? They will so quickly say, don't come in this store again. Just like that.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely do take that risk,
Yeah.
You see it with like corner stores and all types of stuff, like in predominantly Black neighborhoods that aren't like a suburb. So
I think,
you're absolutely right.
I think LeBron James' wife just got her nigga wake up call. Guys, what is LeBron James' wife? Is it Savannah? Her and somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? Was it Hermes, or they were somewhere shopping? The story came out about a week or so ago. And yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm not aware.
Didn't he? I'll Google it, but yeah, it's just you can spend. We give you 5 on the black hand side and all that hot shit, but stay in your lane. Anyway, hey, I appreciate the call, man. Go ahead and land your plane. You have the last word.
You know what? That's it. There was a few other topics, but I see you try to get up out of here. It's all good. Appreciate you taking the call.
Yes, sir.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.